Fingertip Phil here, and this is Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the beta. Now, I, like many of you, have been invited to the beta by Ubisoft to try it out over the weekend of the 6th to the 8th of September. Opting for the PC version, I went into Uplay and downloaded the 32 gig beta and prepared to join my friends. Now, this game is due to be released worldwide on October the 4th, 2019, for Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and in November 2019 for the Google Stadia. Is it Stadia or Stadia? Anyway, that's a whole different video about that. This game is the 11th installment in the Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon franchise and is a narrative sequel to the 2017 video game Ghost Recon Wildlands. The game is set in an open world environment called Aurora, a fictional island in the Pacific Ocean. The player takes on the role of Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Nomad Perryman, a Special Forces operative sent to the island to investigate a series of disturbances involving Skell Technology, a military contractor based on the island. So what do I think? Being a beta, it's far from polished. It doesn't look or play great on my mid-range Spud, details on the screen, even with all the settings on low or off. What I would say really works and brings such immersion is the sound. Gun sounds, ambient sounds, and even a couple of enemy... Oh, I've fallen through the earth. Oh my god.
That's about a kid.
Wow. I just died because I fell through the game. A couple of enemy dudes walking towards from distance. Their voices carried over on the wind and echoed off surfaces. Just brilliant. So let's talk about the gameplay. Like its predecessor Wildlands, Breakpoint is a tactical shooter game set in an open world environment. It's played from a third-person perspective and uses an optional first-person view for aiming down the sights. Players take on the role of Anthony Nomad Perryman, who's a member of the Delta Company 1st Battalion 5th Special Forces Group, also known as Ghosts, a fictional elite special operations unit of the United States Army. The game world, Aurora, is an open-world environment that features a variety of landscapes, and these can be used for tactical advantages. For instance, players can slide down rocky terrain and use mud to camouflage themselves. According to Ubisoft, Aurora is larger than the game world featured in Wildlands. Players have a variety of ways to traverse the open world, controlling various air, land, and sea vehicles. Now, this game places a larger emphasis on survival than Wildlands. Enemies will be more numerous, and the game will feature a wider range of enemy archetypes. These enemies will have access to many of the same weapons, skills, and equipment that are available to the player. Enemies will respond more realistically to player actions, and patrols wander the game world searching for the player. Ubisoft introduces these changes to give the player the sense that they were no longer the most dangerous thing in the game world. Players need to collect different resources in the game's world and use them to craft resources such as bandages. Regular weapons maintenance checks are necessary to keep the weapons functional, and the player will need to manage their character's fatigue, hunger, and hydration. Failing to do so may slow the player down, limit their ability to regenerate health, or cause them to make more noise while moving. The game uses a regenerative health system whereby the player character naturally recovers health, but serious injuries will impede the player character's performance, as they will start limping and can no longer aim their weapons accurately. Players can set up a bivouac shelter in order to heal themselves. The shelter is also the site where players can manage their weapons and inventory, customize their character, and change their character's classes. The game can be played with 3 other players cooperatively or in single player with squad mates Kim Fury Hernandez, Benjamin Fix-It Jones, and David Vasily Zhang, controlled by artificial intelligence. The game was initially announced to have no AI squad mates, but this was later amended as the post-release content based due to negative feedback from players. Oh, and did I mention John Bernthal of Walking Dead and The Punisher fame was hired for this game to voice and provide motion capture for the game's antagonist, because the team felt that he had the potential to be a charismatic villain and an effective nemesis for the ghosts.
Walker. Shall we, Weaver?
Let me know what you think of the beta in the comments below, and I'll see you again very soon.